What's up, y'all? New video today. Today, I really just wanted to talk about having a plan, man, and I think now that I've been going to the gym consistently every week, you start to see the same people. You start to like recognize what they're doing or what they're not doing, right? And I think that's just so disappointing to see, you know. I've shared before, but I was going to the gym on and off for the past, 6 or 7 years, and just not really knowing what I was doing, right? Following a very loose plan, but just kind of going in there, lifting this one day, lifting something else, not really tracking my progress. And yeah, it was a lot of wasted time, honestly, right? I could have gotten to where I wanted to go much sooner if I had a plan, right? So I think that's really just what I want to talk about today is have a plan when you go into the gym, right? I've been going, and you see people who will just like hit a machine for like 2 sets, do one workout, okay, rest, do another one, and then just move to the next machine, right? I remember a lady, I was doing a pec deck fly, the fly machine, and she's like hovering over me a little uncomfortably, actually, and I take my rest, and she's like hovering over me, and she's like, "Are you almost done with that?" I'm like, "No, I have 3 more sets, and I'll be done after that." And she's, "Okay, okay." And so, there's the machine next to me as well. The same thing. Guy gets off of it. She hops on there, does like 4 movements, 4 or 5 of them, and then just leaves. And I was like, "What? Like, you were waiting for me to use this machine, or waiting for me to get off of this machine just so you could do that? Like, not even get in a full 4 or 5 sets?" So very confusing, right? So have a plan. Have know what you're doing, right? What machine? If you don't know how to use a machine, just look it up on YouTube. That's what I used to do, right? Look up, hey, how do I use this thing? And also look up the correct form, right? Because it's also sad to see a lot of people just doing the worst form. And I'll mention, in my early gym days when I first started, and this was pre 2020. This was like 2019 when I was like, yo, I want to get fit. I was lifting, doing some bicep curls, and I was basically using my back, right? That's something you see a lot with beginners is they use their back more than their actual biceps. You want to be stable when you do those. And so some guy came up to me, he's like, "Hey man, you are not using your biceps at all when you're doing that. You want to kind of keep it stable." Which was super nice of him, right? But I was still way too insecure of a kid to, take it in a good way, right? And I was just like, "Yeah, thank you, whatever," so dumb. But that was super nice of that guy. And I don't think you should do that in a gym. Go up to someone and say, "Hey, your form is terrible. Here's how you should do it." I don't know. The gym culture doesn't seem like that's conducive anymore. You don't want to get in someone's space or make them feel uncomfortable. But that's besides the point. I think the point I'm trying to make is just look up some of that stuff, so you're not that guy in the gym who's just not working out anything. Even with some bad form, you'll still be able to get to where you want to get to, especially as a beginner. I think just doing it as you build the muscle, you'll start to feel it more, and you'll get better form, right? So that's why I think you don't even go up to someone and tell them, right? Mind your own business at the gym. But eventually, bad form usually corrects itself, right? But what's more important is just to have a routine. Figure out, what muscles you want to hit, And what also goes with this is have a goal in mind, right? What is your goal? People will say very loose goals like, hey, I want to build muscle or I want to lose weight. No, like, what is a specific goal, right? Is there a goal weight that you want to reach? Maybe you want to reach 170, right? 170 pounds. Or maybe it's, hey, I want to be able to lift or bench press, 300 pounds, right? So that is your goal, right? So each week you are progressing to be able to lift a little bit more to hopefully get to your goal of 300 pounds, right? And that will just help you figure out like what you're supposed to do, where you're supposed to go, how often you should be going to the gym, all those things, right? And that is really going to help. If you have a very loose goal, hey, I just want to have some like muscle definition, or I just, I want to look a little slimmer. Those are very unspecific goals, and you're going to fall off of it, right? It's not going to be a goal that is well defined so that you can stick to it, right? And consistency is key here. You want something that you can be consistent with, and a goal that's attainable, right? So those are the main things, right? I see it a lot in the gym. I see a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, don't have any goals, are kind of just hopping from machine to machine. And, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to waste your time. Not because you don't want to look like that person, you don't want to look insecure, and don't want to look like what you're doing. Screw what other people think. But you don't want to waste your time, Your time is your most valuable asset in life. You can never get it back. So don't waste your time just, going here, going there. Your money too, man. Think about the gym memberships. I mean, they're pretty cheap, right? Planet Fitness is pretty cheap, but it's still money to get and go to the gym, and come back, and time and money, man. Don't waste it. It's very valuable. So just figure out what you're doing, right? Figure out what your goals are. Figure out do a little form check. Some form videos. Don't spend time just scrolling your phone. Oh man, I see that so much, dude, of people just like sitting on machines, just scrolling on their phone, watching TikTok or social media, whatever it might be. Dude, get in there and lock in, man. Do your thing, right? Don't spend time just doing that, man. I have to share this because this was actually insane. I saw this guy at the gym. I'll see him there some nights when I have my back day. And this dude, it's ridiculous. He has a big iPad and then he has his phone as well. And so he'll pull over a bench to like the leg raise machine, or not leg raise machine, but the leg raise like apparatus, right, where you do your leg raises. It's got like a thing to do some pull-ups and your leg raises, and he'll pull up a bench to it. I don't even know the workout he does because I barely see him working out, and he's there playing some mobile game on a tablet, right? Like, lets the mobile game like do its thing. I don't know what it is. Puts it down, pulls out his phone, plays like another mobile game on his phone, like does whatever on that, sets it on the bench, and then lets those things play. Then maybe does a workout, like does maybe two exercises or two or three movements, and then goes back to play the mobile games. I kid you not, it's so frustrating to watch because I'm like, dude, put the phone down, man, and stick to your workouts, right? And this lady actually went up to him and was like, "Hey, are you almost done with this thing?" Because he was on there a minute, and I kid you not, he told her, "Actually, I have one more workout to do on this after this, so it's gonna take me a while." I was like, and I overheard this as I was doing my pull-ups on a little bit over, and I was just like, "Oh my God, man, that is so frustrating to hear." Because like everyone's in there wanting to work out, do their thing, and you have this guy who's just not taking it seriously. So do not be that guy, right? Focus on your workouts, know what you're doing, um, and stay consistent. Don't get distracted, and just be in the gym, be present in your body. And know your goals. Know your goals. That was the whole point of this video, right? Know what your goals are. Know what exercises you want to do, and keep at it, man. I guess that's it.